Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to MBTV. I'm still your host, Captain Lust. I'm joined now by my good friend, Project Angel. How you doing, mate?
I'm pretty well, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, yeah. We just had a good game with Heroes of Agincourt versus Alliance of Destruction. Nice little tussle there. Alliance of Destruction took that quite comfortably. Now we're moving on to this Group C clash. A winner's match between the Castellans versus Defenders of Faith. I did send you a link to this beforehand. How much have you looked up about what is going on in the context of this match?
I know that there's a match between two clans.
That's pretty good.
But to take place in the tournament.
Well, you're exactly
they are
right.
The winners. They're both the winners of their match, I believe.
That's exactly right.
Previous match. So this is the face off of the two winners. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, it should be good. It's basically what happens now is the winner of this match will go straight through first place in the group, and being first place in your group is advantageous because you'll place second place in a different group when you go into the knockout stage, the quarterfinals. So obviously the higher you get placed in your group, the easier match you get, in theory, obviously at least.
And of course there's the prestige of finishing first in your group.
Naturally. Castellans were the first seed for this group and are expected to go through first place and win this match. But Defenders of Faith have had an interestingly, just good run of form lately. They've been playing really well. They made it through a really difficult qualifying stage, playing like hard teams like Warriors of Quipperland and other very sort of difficult qualifying teams at least. And they beat Irish Rebels last week as well, which is a bit of a turnout for the books. They were the only qualifying team actually to win their first week's match, which kind of shows that the seeds were at least roughly accurate. And Irish Rebels lost 9-7 in that match, so pretty close one. Was streamed on this channel as well, you can definitely check that out. What we saw from them, at least in last week, was very effective play from their Cav. I put Varang in as a player to watch out for on the Defenders of Faith team. Definitely check them out. Also Kohath, Norwegian archer who's been in the scene for a long time. I brought Callum on here today as one of my close friends, and he's also got a bit of history in the Warband scene. Why don't you tell the viewers about yourself and your history of competitive Warband?
Well, it's been non-existent for the past couple of years. You know, I took a step away from Warband, as you know.
You saw you in a few Nations Cups though, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, but at the start of the game, just at the beginning of the scene, just as the game was kicking off, I was involved in Nations Cups. I was involved with our clan, Order of the Lion, in the first European competitive tournament that we put together.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm quite excited to be here now to see how the scene's developed over the past couple of years. You know, that I've been aware. I can see the production values on the stream definitely gone up, which is which is nice to see. But I'm more interested to see how the game has been tailored to suit the competitive scene now, and you know, the tournament format, the round format, and just see what kind of setups teams are going with these days and what's working.
Well, you'll see some interesting stuff on field by the river, but we'll talk about that later. One thing we can definitely mention about the match format at least, and this is helpful for people on stream as well because not everyone's familiar with the match format. We have people just checking out the scene and seeing it for the first time on the stream, so hello to all of you. The match format we play, I'm actually going to bring it up on the stream as well. It's kind of explained here visually, but it's basically a best of 16 format. So there's like 16 rounds played across 2 maps. You play 8 rounds on the first map, swapping after 4 rounds to play the other faction on the other spawn. The same thing on the second map as well, so you play 2 of those and it's whoever's got the most rounds at the end. If you're even after all of that, you play this like symmetrical map called Winterberg, which just results in crazy all-live battles. We might see that, we might not tonight, so we're not going to go into too much details, but that's basically the essence of it. You play a big best of 16. The rounds are 4 minutes long, and at 2 minutes, no matter what, the flag will spawn. It used to be in the native game that if you were sort of close to the enemy or if there was a kill, it would delay the flag spawn. Now we have it at 2 minutes no matter what the flag spawns, which I think is better because you could sort of force draws and do other kind of weird things before, like sending cav in 1 by 1.
Yeah.
Americans got furious at that. They kind of got gamed out of a few Nations Cups, like I think it was the Portuguese team or something like that. Just like forced draws and all
Valid
the American
strats
games.
all the time. Valid strats.
Oh my god, there's a lot of tension which probably remains now from the Americans about those kind of matches. The Portuguese really riled them. There was a big forum drama, which is fun in a way. It gets people excited.
So you're finding the flags working, spawning just after 2 minutes. You know,
it's much better.
Drawing the fight,
it's much better.
drawing the fight out. And
we still do get a bit of flag waiting. I think maybe we could have like slightly shorter rounds. Those 2 minutes are often very active though. Like for example, in the last match that we had, it was basically all aggression, all movement, tussling for position before the flag spawn though. So no problems there. Sometimes it can get a little bit stay a little bit. It just gives us more time to talk, which is always nice, especially when I've got lovely co-casters yourself.
And this map is new to me.
The Lauren, yeah, it's made by Azan. We'll have a nice map intro there, so make sure you've got the stream on there muted on the side. You can see the cool map intros that we have set up as well.
Nice.
It's a really nice map actually for Lauren. It's got like a little tunnel through the middle. There's like a tower in the middle as well. There's all kinds of, it's just like kind of streets and things. There's like little names for areas as well, which we'll be covering as we stream the
banana.
Banana. There is no banana. Actually, there could be a banana though, because essentially there is a banana, but there's no B. I think that's the thing. Like B is always banana for Counter-Strike, so I guess that causes a bit of an issue. There is like a wine alley. I guess that would be banana on this map. Ton of other things. There's a little table with cheese on. We had like a show match over this map where like teams like fought to name the like cheese table, a little kind of like role play show match. That was pretty cool. I made a custom stream interface which was like cheese around the scoreboard. It was really stupid. Yeah, but
so that's what you've been doing with your evenings.
Yeah, when I'm not spending them with you. Watching things on the internet. But yeah, it is a community-made map made by Azan. It's one that's been around for a bit longer now.
Looks like the teams are just about ready. Castellans ready now.
Yeah, the leader OHL's just shown up. I think he works weekends and late, so he's just got there 5 minutes after the match starts. Could be a problem for the Castellans. Perhaps not quite a time to get settled and ready. One thing I do want to mention just about the match format before we get into this as well, we can mention this whilst we started, but what they've done with the flag spawns now is it can't spawn twice in a row in the same place. Because there's a lot of people complaining about kind of dodgy, like you get 4 flags spawning in the same place, which kind of causes problems. Now they can't spawn twice in a row.
It's eliminated. Is it just that one?
Just twice in a row, yeah. So after it spawns somewhere else, and it also counts like if a flag doesn't spawn in one round, and it has spawned in the previous round, it still won't spawn in that place. Like that carries over even if it doesn't spawn. It does spawn most of the time though, but it creates an interesting element because. Like previously, you'd always have teams kind of settle in the same place, but now they're kind of fighting over 2 flags only. So like where they will be happy with for waiting is like it's quite different. So they'll tussle for positions a bit more.
Yeah, it brings it's that extra dynamic, you know.
Yeah,
it's quite good.
It's quite cool. We're gonna have a little map intro right now because I think we're gonna be going live and we'll get underway. So see you on the other side. There you have it. This is... Oh, hold on one second. Slight production issue here. We've got no sound. Let's bring that up. Okay, we're in the game now. We have the Castellans playing first as the Saranid team. Looking pretty sharp with their Saranid armors and their turbans.
Both teams going with a similar setup here. 2 cav, 2 archers.
Yeah, it looks like total mirror setups actually. And just the 4 infantry. On this map, because it's kind of more a closed map, we tend to see teams take either 1 or 2 cav. Both of them gone for 2 though in this case, obviously feeling they've got the strength there. Artisan taking a hit somewhere. Got to be careful. But yeah, Bishop is quite an established cav player. I actually think I might put him... No, I didn't. I put Dopey on as the key player, but Bishop was almost a key player.
OGL's taking control of this tower now. He's got a good to the town.
I'm getting a bit of lag on you there, Project Angel, but yeah, he does have a good oversight there. Yeah, there's a slight bit of lag on your connection, I don't know why. Maybe it's this TeamSpeak, I might have to switch. Hopefully it'll clear itself up. Yeah, it seems like pretty much Castellans have taken far better map control than Defenders of Faith have, at least. Defenders of Faith kind of pushed out to the edges. We can see on stream here as well. So unfortunately you can't see this, Gallon, but I've got in-game like logos on the floor, like near where the flags spawn. Which kind of shows us where the flags are. So, yeah. It's quite cool. It's like it's the first time anything like that's been done. It's got like Team Razor near where the flags are. It's quite cool. Flag has actually spawned in favour of Defenders of Faith. So even though they didn't have much map control, they've kind of got a little bit lucky here. Because Castellans have to think about their approach. They're pushing up through this banana wine alley. OGL taking the high ground, but it's not going to give him much of a view here. He's going to have to keep pushing around even further. Castellan now starting to drive forward. Their cav moving in through the centre. In comes Arthazan. Immediately gets a cav shot together, but does go down straight away to Dante, and that's one of their cav out of action. In comes Bishop, though, still up. But Doff with 2 cav versus just the one of Castellans right now, putting him in this pretty good position. Kill starting to come in, though, for Castellan. Yami Pirate picks up a kill against Viglav. Actually, a double kill here. Yami Pirate tearing through the infantry force of Doff right now. Getting the triple kill. Can she take the quad? She's running towards Smiley, desperate for it. It's stolen by Caesar. Desperate for that quadruple kill. She kills her teammate. I assume you're seeing this right now, these little double kill pop-ups.
That was massive. Oh, that was brilliant as well. Yeah, I'm loving the pop-ups.
It has slightly affected gameplay sometimes. Players do sometimes go a bit rampant trying to get those streaks up on the stream. And obviously you see the results of that occasionally end up perhaps not quite as sporting as they could be. Team kill there. But overall, Castellans, pretty comprehensive first round win there. They started having to approach onto the flag, but they kind of just dominated. Doff had a pretty good start once they got down one of the horsemen of Arthazan, one of the horsemen of Castellan there, and Arthazan, but really didn't defend very well there. Did you kind of see what happened?
Assassin Violet managed to pull off to the side. He was playing as an archer, and I just didn't think they had the impact. They had the time, certainly, to get the shots off, but I just didn't think they had the impact which they could have done on the fight.
They weren't quite making
which allowed for Castellan to just drive into the infantry and, you know, and let the cav get into play as well.
Yeah, that's an interesting point as well there, because only 1 kill from the Doff archers there, which is from Violet, whereas Castellan got 2 kills on OGL and 1 kill on Yona, so clearly making much better use of their ranges. Assassin Violet is a pretty well respected, well known player. Actually recently joined, or well, you can see on their tag.
Well, the positioning was great. You know, peeled off to the side, away from the fight, and just didn't really get the shots off.
Could just be a bit of first round, not quite warmed up.
Bit of jitters.
Haven't got their eye in yet. But Assassin Violet certainly not an incapable player. We saw in the recent Nations Cup playing for the Belgium and Netherlands Union team. Actually was one of the breakout players of the tournament. Played really well, got some crazy headshots. So I think, yeah, just perhaps a bit of first round jitters. I'm sure we'll be seeing fireworks from Violet in later rounds. About 10 seconds down to the flag spawn. And Doff not playing quite as passively so far. They know that the flag isn't going to spawn there again, so they can't afford to sit back. They're pushing right to the edge of the area they're controlling. Actually a decent spot for the flag up by these trees here as well, if it does spawn there. And there it is. So Doff not in a terrible spot, but you do see already Castellan have control of the high ground. OGL's already moved there and is able to shoot onto that flag. Interesting that Kohath's playing infantry here as well. We often see him play archer, but I think with Violet and Smiley they feel happy with their ranged players. Castellan driving down, ignoring the flag, just pushing straight into the Doff forces here. Ojo gets an early kill off on Smiley. That's a nice headshot. And in come the cav now from both sides, but Castellan really running away with this fight. Team kill from OGL, but it's not going to make a difference, I don't think. Kohath was 1 kill back, actually. Doff not quite out of it yet. We have seen Doff come back from some very difficult situations in previous games. But I feel from Emlas, it's now actually a 5-on-5. Low health on the Doff players. They do have a chance in this round yet. Dante brings down Yami. Caesar goes down, takes down Kohath. But Dante picks up a double kill right now. And now it's 4 Doff players against 3 of Castellan. Castellan got great health, though. They have a good chance to finish this off. Nice kill from OGL there as well, but Dante picks up his triple kill there as he takes down Nox. And now it's a 2-on-2. OGL though in a great spot, and 2 archers left here for Castellan. It's going to give them a good chance in this 2v2. Although they're now forced into melee. Very, very close stuff. Yona with a lot of health, and that's going to make a big difference here, yeah. Able to soak up that hit and finish off Dante. OGL brings down Gadrick, and
wow.
Very, very shaky stuff there. But Castellan do see it through and take the second round of this match.
I was really questioning defenders of first push at the beginning there. I thought they were too eager to get onto the flag, but for a second there I thought they could have had that. It almost worked in their favour.
They managed to turn the melee around, and their cav did some great work as well. But
some great stuff in the melee, but yeah, it was just unfortunate. It was, you know, just not enough.
I think the kill counts of the archers say it all. Yona and OGL after 2 rounds are both sitting on 4 kills each. That's an average of 2 kills a round already from both of those archers. I mean, the push, as you said, It was very, very aggressive, and they really did just walk right into the range of those archers. You only picked up 3 kills there. I think actually OGL picked up 3 kills as well, and got a team kill. So that 6 of their 8 players went down to shots there. They need to make a bit more consideration for their positioning, I think, because they're winning those melee fights, but just getting peppered at the moment.
They're not making any changes to the team. They feel that they can make this work. You'd think by this point, 2 rounds down, that you'd start to mix it up a bit.
Yeah, I would wonder if their archers might be better off playing infantry. They haven't been quite effective so far. I think that the push was just a little bit misplaced from Doff there. If they pushed the higher ground and tried to deal those archers first, they might have had a better chance. But as it stood, they were just kind of fighting in range of those rangers. And they really just got shot to pieces. But clearly showing some great individual skill anyway. It was, I think Dante got that triple kill and really made Castellan, I think, worried for a while there. Going forward though, we're on the 3rd round now. Certainly not all over yet, but Castellans do have the momentum with them. I do feel like, if I would mention anything about the map faction situation here, that Nord possibly have an advantage. Okay, we have an early kill here. It looks like Yona was caught out in the tunnels. I'm trying to find out where that's happened. Yeah, Yona has been caught out in the tunnels. So one of those archers has been taken out of the equation already here for Doff before the main fight's kicked off, with no health or losses on the Defenders of Faith side. That's a big win for them. Flag spawns now, and it's back in the 1st position, so another pretty good flag spawn here for Doff as well. They've got a good chance here if they can set up their archers and force Castellan into a difficult push. Looks like Castellan going to push through the centre here as well, or are they moving over to the alleyway? They seem a little bit undecided about which side they're going to push from. They are going to go through the alleyway, it looks like, finally.
Looks like they're making that same push that they did on the 1st round. We'll have to see if they can make this work for them. Of course, they are an archer down now as well, going into this.
Yeah. But they've got a nice bit of armour though. A lot of their infantry got that heavy leather armour. OGL's got himself some chainmail as well. But Doff got some nice archer positions as well. If they can get these shots off, which they didn't make in the 1st round, they could make this work. Not a great pass by Artisan there, and the team kill from OGL. Bishop does get a kill, but in comes Viglap as well. OGL finally finding a bit of pace here, and OGL is completely unchallenged right now, which is a big problem. And these team kills from Castellan. Bishop brings down Fred. Wow. And, well, Doff now, 5 players against 3. Bishop pulls 1 back, but I think Doff looking pretty strong right now. They've eliminated all of the infantry forces of Castellan, and they've got full health. They're now raising the flag. OGL is being forced into melee by these Doff cab as well. Nice shot, though, from OGL, bringing down Varangian, who was trying to take the jab kill. Oh, but they managed to raise the flag, did they? Looks like they did. that skipped my attention. Yeah, looks like Defense of Faith just got a clean raise.
The flag. Yeah.
So
well, those team kills...
yeah, they cost them the round, I think.
Yeah, oh, massively so, yeah.
Came from the cab. Little comment there from the leader as well. Humiliating them on the stream. These TKs. Not happy with this cab there. And the archer's still doing work there. OGL got a team kill as well, though, I believe. Yeah, that was 3 team kills that round, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. We do play with 100% friendly fire in competitive Warband. So we do get quite a few team kills. You just got to be careful. I do sometimes wonder, like, what would happen if we played with lower friendly fire. In Counter-Strike, they play with... Is it not full, is it?
I'm not sure about grenades, but I think with shooting it's full.
Is it full? No, when you headshot a teammate, it doesn't kill them like it does with
Well, it depends if they've got a head armor, doesn't it? I don't know.
I always feel like, at least on matchmaking, I feel like it's a lower damage to your teammates. But yeah, we play full on Warband anyway.
Definitely not.
We play full on Warband.
Yeah, well, that's the way. I think it's down to the player, especially in a skill-based game like this. It's down to the player to be able to control that, and they shouldn't be hitting teammates, especially in fights like that. Where it's really important that the cav are there to support the melee rather than
rather than kill their teammates. Yeah,
rather than
definitely.
Kill their I just think they should be more interested in making the bumps, just making the little pokes when they can, and supporting the melee rather than trying to be the big impacting players, in the fight.
That is right, but I mean, like, it's high risk, potentially high reward. Like, if those do come off, those like big couch lances, those big lunges into the melee fight, and they do come off, it makes a big difference. So,
but did they need to take that risk at that stage of the fight?
At that stage, perhaps not. No, I don't think they perhaps did. It's about balancing that out, I suppose.
So Doff sending One of Kohath onto the flag again earlier. No, he's hidden behind the tree now.
Yeah,
But they are making this aggressive push onto the flag again straight
once
away.
again, moving into the range of these archers, I think this is the big mistake they're making here. They haven't killed an archer early round here either.
Yona in the same places as they did in the second round.
In the third round they got Yona early on, but they don't have that advantage this time, and now they're going into that melee fight again, once again hoping they're going to win. In comes Erminas. Kohath is getting those kills, but there's a team kill on Dante. Yona brings down Gadget, and these archers is too much of a threat. Varangian came up behind OGL there to keep him busy for at least a second, but not going to be enough, I don't think. Nice kill from Varangian there. We have seen him turn rounds around. It's 6 against 6 right now. Varangian picked up a double kill. Flying now is Varangian. And they're getting damage on these horsemen as well. Down goes Nox. Bishop is finished off. Double kill from Kohath. And Doff are making this work somehow in spite of fighting in front of these archers. Yona and OGL are going to be forced into melee right now because they've got no infantry left. They are getting the kills, but Doff have just made that fight work for them. And I'm surprised, to be honest. Artisan dismounts Erminas, and Varangian has no horse left either. So they do have the advantage of a horseman. They're 3 against 5. There's low health on a lot of these Doff players though, so they've got a good chance. OGL now duking out with Kohath, but the flag is going up for Doff as well here.
Yona have to make some nice work in this melee here.
Actually, yeah, brings down Varangian, and well, Viglaf looking vulnerable as well, but they have to move on to the flag right now because Erminas is already raising it, and they're getting these kills! OGL are picking up kills as well. And OGL onto the round, and Yona finishes off Viglaf. Massive clutch from Castellans.
Massive player from Yona.
Gets a double kill, and there it is. 3-1 to Castellans, in spite of going really far down in that set. And we're going to bring a short break here, and we'll be back in just half a minute. Well, there's no two ways about it. Defenders of Faith shouldn't have given that last round away. It's just a howling error no matter which way you look at it.
Oh, of course, like the ring commander that round. Again, they made that early push kind of work for them. I mean, they must have been encouraged by when they used that push in the second round. But it didn't work in the second round, so I don't know why they went about it again.
It did, but in my opinion, it did work in that last round. They just died. They just died. It didn't work because they just lost the round.
Yeah, but what happened? They left the range again, so they've left the range to pick apart. And I mean, to be fair, it was on some massive playing melee, but they did leave the range again, and I think that's been the problem throughout the first half for them. It's just been neglecting to deal with the range.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's been a major issue. They ended on like 6 kills and 5 kills each, I think, which is like really big in a 4-round set. They obviously have to look at that a bit closer when they switch over. Perhaps Nord Archer's a bit less of a threat as well, so that might give them a bit of a boost to the Defenders of Faith. But I feel like Nord's are stronger overall, so very hard to call. I think having that horseman left up as well at the end. I mean, Erminas was the last remaining horseman mounted for Dolph in that last round, and he just got dismounted before the end of that fight. And only Artisan was the last remaining mounted horseman left there. He made a big difference there. Was able to switch between those two fights, jump around, cause damage, and just aid those archers to make that massive clutch. But I mean, you can't sort of overstate how big that play was from both OGL and Yona to clutch that off though.
Oh yeah, it's just massive play from the two archers.
It's interesting because that was the kind of round that we were seeing Defenders of Faith win in their last match against the Irish Rebels. They played on Valoran, just like this, and they were winning those kind of clutch rounds that people weren't expecting. They won like a 3-against-8 or something crazy, and now it seems like, I don't know, perhaps maybe there's a bit of a player skill gap here. OGL and Yona, very experienced players. It could be that they're just a bit more nervous playing in the winners match, playing against potentially a more difficult team. Either way, that's a really big throw there. It's not the end of the world though, it's only 3-1 right now. We've certainly seen teams come back from much worse than this.
Well, it's funny that you'd say that, you know, these are very experienced players, but, you know, Defenders of Faith are a very experieused clan as well. So you'd think that they'd have them, you know, the ability to cope with this and to adapt and deal with it. So we'll have to see what the bring into this next half now.
They're going to be playing as Saurons right now. One thing that I really don't think Defenders of Faith made much use of was Javelins as Nords. Because what we have as Nords is Cav get free Javelins, so they're often dropping them for all the infantry. And you get like a team of Javs and they're just like constantly throwing Javelins at you, blocking out the sun or whatever. Defenders of Faith didn't really make that happen. They didn't really get that going at all. I think that might be a trick they sort of missed there, and I think Castellans is going to be a lot more troubling and perhaps utilising those Javs and making use of the strength that Nords have on the closed maps. So that could be a concern potentially. We did see moments of promise from Doff, though it's not all doom and gloom, I don't think. Varangian and Dante especially were playing really well, so was Kohath. So not all out of sorts. Maybe their archers will pick up their game in this set. And honestly, you know,
we're going live now?
Yeah, looks like we are. I mean, kind of everyone's expecting Doff to lose this as well, so I think the performance they're putting on so far, going ahead in rounds, certainly competing with Castellans on an even footing, it shows how far they've come and how well they're playing right now anyway. Okay, let's jump back into the game.
Looks like Doff have switched the team up a bit here. They've gone with 3 archers this time. Still taking the 2 cav though. Yeah,
it looks like they've swapped Kohath into the archer role. I do mention that is normally his main role, but obviously they push him onto infantry because of Smiley and Violet, but as that's not working out, they're going to roll with Kohath. I wonder if 3 infantry is enough. I mean, you really have to make those archers work a lot. You saw all that Castellan did with 2 archers, and it was great. But they did that with 2 archers, which gave them 4 infantry, and that was a big difference.
Making quite an aggressive move now through the centre of town.
Yeah, moving into that.
Like they're trying to draw out this early fight.
Central tower, and Violet's kind of left in there alone. Castellan, though, just pushed right through.
Dante has been caught out.
Yeah, he's already on a quarter health. Let's go down to Yummy Pirate there as well. And they push right into this market, known as the Rat Market.
What's that?
It's just, for whatever reason, AE were just calling everyone rats for ages, and they made this map, so it just became the Rat Market. A little bit of banter there. It's just like saying how dirty the map was, or whatever, I don't know. Nonsense. You're already seeing these jabs coming in from Castellan there. Violet jumping and dodging all these incoming projectiles. Already down to like quarter health. Castellan clearly got a much better plan here with the throwing weapons. I think all of the infantry have got them as well. Yeah, OGL going to take down Erminas. And that's one they count down as well.
Full control of Rat now, where the flags have just spawned.
Yeah, Dov have been completely pushed away to the sort of like to the stocks, I guess you would call this area. And they lost an infantry and a horseman now. Then they're looking pretty vulnerable for this round. It's going to be very hard to bring this back. Well, if Caesar is well out position, they could take him down if they make the push for him. But right now, he's just going to be moving in from the back. And come the Castellan Cav to defend him, and Doff kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, going forwards and backwards. Castellan got their archers set up now. In comes Rainbow.
The archers
OGL.
Real work here.
Yeah, OGL just shooting freely into this fight as well. Castellan seems to have cleared up their team kill problem as well, and it's going to be a whitewash, I think, right now. Varangian's still up. Violet going to go overwhelmed here, I think. Bruce with a close range jab, and Varangian has managed to dismount Dopey, which means he won't have to rebuy his horse next round, which is always useful. Going to jump out of here as well. Hurt his horse's hooves a little bit on the way out, as he takes a bit of a heavy jump. But he's going to keep duking out with Arsan. You know, if he can get any damage done here, it's all useful. He's going to try and stay alive though, as that gold progression is very important. That's going to be a big issue for Defenders of Faith right now, because none of these Castellans have gone down, and then we're going to get that big fat 500 gold round bonus. I think, yeah, Castellans have just to raise this flag now. Well, they are still sending players to deal with Reagan.
Almost got himself caught out there.
Come
Need
those
to be
jabs.
careful there that they don't die.
Yeah, they managed to take down his horse.
And there we go, yeah.
It was all for nothing in the end, as Varangian does finally go down. Castellans take a 4-1 lead in the match.
That was great, that push through the centre of town. Really aggressive, just wanting to get straight into the fight. I think they caught Doff off guard, and
yeah. And then they got the flag spawn as well, and just
the archers. Yeah, as soon as they got control of the flags, Doff tried to push back on. The archers just set up a little wall there basically, and that was it. The attack was pushed back, and Doff were out of the round.
Not one kill, so a very, very bad start to the set for Doff. But they can pick their heads up. Perhaps do something a little bit better here. They had a couple of early losses there, which kind of made the main fight pretty much unwinnable for them. So be very careful with their cover as well. They get the long range shots coming in, and it looks like Koyath's taking a little foot shot there from a Bodkin arrow. He's trying to look at his foot, working out what's going on. Hasn't lost too much damage. You get decent armor on those Saranid boots.
So it looks like Castellans are just having a little conversation there. All the players stood in a circle, kicking each other.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Doff though are moving around to deal with this. I think they know that they are in banana. That's what we're going to start calling that.
Well, this flag has to be B then. It's B.
They are just denying this the centre of map to Castellan now. Doff are dealing with that. They are.
Well, the thing is, Doff have good control of the rat market, but it's not that useful because the flag's not going to spawn there now.
The flag did spawn, yeah.
They've just got this, the flag which they're sort of sat on, and then Castellan, I guess, have the other one. They split the map into two halves at the moment. There are multiple routes to push though. You can go through the tunnel, through the middle, around banana, whatever you like. That's one of the reasons it's quite a good map. There's always lots of choices. Nice kind of open areas as well. Flag's going to spawn now. And looks like it is going to settle over by the spawn of Castellan. They're closer to it, but not that much closer actually. They're still going to get set up while they're there. And Doff are going to be able to push him very, very quickly right on their heels. Varangian looking to catch any stragglers he sees. Seems like Doff actually going to go for a split push with the centre and the wide alley.
It's like Castellan are trying to hold them quite high up here on banana, away from the flags.
Yeah, but we've got some other Doff players pushing in from behind there. I think that's going to cause a bit of problems for Castellan if they're pushing too far up. Because Castellan could fall into a bit of a crossfire here. If Doff can use the space well. But actually Castellan's just going to push forward rather than back, which I think is a good choice because it means that these Doff players are a long way away from support. No cav here for anywhere to see. In come the Castellan cav though, that's going to make a big difference. First kill comes in from Doff though, and it seems to be a fairly even fight. And actually Doff have been winning melee fights so far. Bruce gets the better of Koyath though. Varangian brings down Slade, still very close right now. Ojel puts Castellan ahead once more. And Varangian loses his horse right now, and I think it's looking like doom for Doff right now. Only 2 players left. I think they just had a really hard time dealing with the Nords there. Bruce picks up a double kill. Bruce looking pretty rough there. He's actually got 5
with his beautiful mustache.
Yeah, he's got 5-0 there. He's a very handsome looking player. Feeling like a king with his awesome like Viking helmet there as well.
Smiling out, just being bullied on the flag.
And pretty comprehensive Castellan win there. I think Smiley was trying to raise the flag. He got about halfway up. Would have been a very, very cheeky win. We have seen it happen before.
Well, I think Castellan were quite clever there. They left an archer on the flag, and as soon as, I think it was Rainbow they left on the flag, as soon as they saw the push coming through the centre of town, he just dropped back and just followed his team that pushed Doff back through banana. It
was a really smart push completely.
Yeah.
I totally agree. They just completely ruined Doff's plans of setting them up in a crossfire and just drove forward into the alleyway where Doff had no real way of defending them at all. The cav came in really late for Doff. Castellans came in way earlier. Varangian did pick up a couple of kills, I believe, but the melee fight just went one way. Now the problem is Castellan have all kind of got chainmail now. They've got all these javelins, and it's really going to just be a bit of a Nordfest as I think Castellan are going to win every kind of melee fight. Doff have to find different ways to beat them.
And Castellan know that now, just driving straight into them.
But in spite of that though, we're seeing Doff take more infantry, and it's just such a risk. It's a team kill though.
Team kill.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Actually, Doff picking up kills here. Team kill from Varangian as well. Doff 6 players to 4 though, and actually doing incredibly pretty well right now. Violet finally getting a headshot that we know him for his archer ability. Carth bringing down Caesar. Dopey gets caught up right now, and surely that's the curtains for him as well. That's it, life for the time being. But it's just him left. And somehow Dov won that round. Do you know what happened? Because I don't really understand, to be honest.
Well, maybe Castellans. I saw both teams seem to draw themselves towards this end of the map, and I don't know which team initiated it, but both were quite happy to get involved and get stuck in early on and just contest that part of the map, which the flag spawned there last time, didn't it? Are the teams aware of the flag spawning system?
yeah, they are. I guess, I don't know, both teams just kind of wanted to play aggressive.
We've seen, yeah, possibly, yeah. I mean, both teams were happy for it, and maybe Castellan were, you know, feeling quite confident that they were going to take that fight, and Duff just thought, well, let's just do it, let's just make our stand here, and
I think there was a team kill on both sides, but yeah, Duff just somehow came out better. I think Violet finally got some work done. He found a nice spot, got a great headshot there at a crucial moment. Bruce got a really unfortunate team kill right at the start of the fight as well, which kind of threw everything off for Castellan. I think it was one of the archers that he took down. No, it wasn't. It was a teammate. I think he took down Slade, an infantryman. So yeah, and Doff just made it work.
It's in that Castellan every round have been quite keen to get an archer up into this tower, and you know I'd agree with them as well. I think it's a good vantage point, and I think Doff have really every round they've just been quite happy to pass the tower up.
Oof, he got a hit on in there. Not without risks. But good to see Doff fighting still in this game anyway, though, because they were down 5-1 after last round, and 2-5 is a lot better looking than a 5-1 deficit. If they can get this last round as well, they'll only be 5-3 down for the next map. And Doff have said consistently, they've always said that they prefer the open maps, always. And if they can get 3 rounds here, they're moving on to Field by the River. But I think they stand a much better chance to do well in this game. So very, very big last round here. They've really slowed down Castellans'
well, they've gone back to
well.
the 2 archers as well. So they know that they were lacking in the melee, and they realised that and they adapted to that. So
it's a nice switch up. And Kohat's been playing really well as infantry all game as well, so a nice switch there.
And they're straight on the flag air as well.
Look at all these Castellan infantry though. They will have leather jerkins now, where last round they all had mail. So that's a big boost there for Doff before this inevitable clash. They're also raising the flag as well. And I believe they had high ground, but they have given that away. They're going to let Rainbow walk onto that. Need to be careful here. Not unchallenged though, Smiley's going to give them a bit of a tussle, and Varangin's got himself a heavy horse here, which could make a big difference in this fight. As long as he doesn't get shot in the head before the fight starts. Early kills are coming in from Castellans though, and Doff can't let this slip away from them. Nice knockdowns from Varangin, but there's no one there to finish them off. Slade picking up a double kill, and Doff losing this round somehow, despite all the advantages they have in their favour. Erminas taking big hits on his horse. Down goes Varangin as well, and Castellan have just absolutely rolled this. Triple kill from Slade. And down goes Erminas. Violet, the last remaining player. And it seemed like Doff were destined to win that, but I think their positioning just kind of didn't go too well. Castellan played with great confidence there.
Slade
won that round.
And his javelins and
just cut them to pieces.
And his axe.
The first map is going to leave us at 6-2 the score. We're going to have a short half-minute break, and see you in a bit. Alright, so, well, we do have a slight production issue here, which is the wrong map showing up in the background. We're going to fix that very quickly. We do go into the half-time break here, with the score sitting at 6-2 for Castellans, and it's pretty roughed off at the moment. What would you say?
Well, it all comes down to the cav now. If in an open map like this, and if as you've said, they believe that the cav is the strongest, then we'll have to see how that transpires on this map, and we'll have to see how the cav plays and see how effective they are. But my main concern is that the archers weren't really getting into play, and I feel like on a map like this, your archers are equally as important as your cav, if not more so. So we'll have to see how the archers play as well, and I mean we'll have to see the composition of the teams. We'll have to see what they're made up of, but I think it is going to come down to the ranged and the cav, and in that first map, both of those were a bit lacking.
For Doff, yeah.
Yeah, for Doff, yeah. So.
Yeah, I do agree. But we'll see how it plays out, but I mean, no matter what, they do personally believe that their strength is on these open maps at least. So we'll have to see what they've got, and it shows that Castellan deliberately, very deliberately picked a very, very close map as well in Valoran. So it does mean at least that
well, maybe that's a bit of
probably
respect
feel like
that they've shown. Yeah, maybe that is a bit of like, you know, respect that they know that Doff maybe would favour the open map. So
yeah, so they've clearly recognised that as well and picked the close map. It may also mean that they prefer the close map themselves. So this switch could be a good thing for Doff. The problem is it's a big deficit. If they got that last round 3-5, it's a lot better than 2-6. It's just a mountain to climb, but we have seen it happen in the past. And Doff, you know, all these old teams like Doff, they tend to be a bit better at keeping their spirits up than some of the newer teams. The newer teams kind of fall to pieces when they start losing sometimes.
yeah, well, yeah, of course. Like it's a lot easier when you've been to lose, I guess, or to be losing in a match when you've been on the receiving end of it a few times before, and you can just laugh it off. And you know, that's part of it. You've got to learn, you know, as a player, that you can't win every match, and you know it's not always someone's fault. And sometimes you're
as well.
Of course, yeah, and that's a big thing, a big part of it as well. You can believe that, well, you know, we can do it on this map. This is our map, and you know we can do this. So I'm excited to see this second map now, and
we shall see.
Yeah.
One concern though, I think, for Defenders of Faith is that even though Castellans have picked the close map and not picked open map, I really feel like Castellans have a lot of players who could be very, very effective here. If we bring up the rosters, as I've done now, there's no sign of Hives here, who's normally the strong cav player for Castellans, so a little bit of an advantage in there for Defenders of Faith. But the cav is still pretty strong for Castellans anyway. They lost a few before this tournament in Black Tide and Corey. You know Corey anyway. You know he's a great cav player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they lost him. He's moved over to a different team actually. But they still have Artisan, and it looks like Caesar's going to be around as well to play cav probably. Bishop did pretty well last set as well. Dopey too can play cav and very effectively as well. So certainly not out of it yet. Also, I feel like Yona, who looks like they might be subbing. I think Yona's a very effective open map ranger as well. He can take a sort of long.
Well, Yona did some massive melee play, well, ranged and melee play, but in that first half on the close map, so it's
just
quite surprising. You know, if the strength lies in an open map, it's quite surprising to see him subbed out at this point. But,
I would like to use this opportunity to mention that Yona, I think, retired from Warband like twice this year already, so and now is clearly playing. Please, when you're retiring from Warband, just do it quietly. Like, don't make a big deal out of it.
Make a big deal out of it. Don't listen to him. Like, make a big deal out of it. We need, like, that's what a scene needs. Like, you need like some drama queen who.
No, but the thing is, they always say,
I'm done for life.
But then they always come back though. They always do. Like,
that's why you love someone like that.
Well, here is Yona playing better than ever in the European Championship Series.
His last match ever. He's retiring after this match.
Rematch. Oh my god. Very nice guy. Anyway, I've had him on my web show, Horse and Sword, before. He's got beautiful long locks of blonde German hair.
Is this where you get people in and you live stream? Do you like Skype with them?
Yeah.
All at the same time.
Yeah, on Horse and Sword. It's great. I have to get him back on. He was a really good guest. I think he might have retired on that as well. He said he was retiring. I don't know. then he sent me a message before this tournament, tried to recruit me for the team as well. Said they had no archers, and now look at them. Crazy guy.
Well, it seems he's a very likable character because they've got the archers that they need now. So.
Oh yeah, God. I think
looks like
pretty soon.
It seems, yeah, ready to go live.
I'm going to run that Field by the River map intro, which is a beautiful one, made by my once regular co-caster, E-Man. Alright, we're now in the third set. The Castellans playing as the Saranid side versus Defenders of Faith playing as the Vegas up by the farmhouse. I want to call this the farmhouse. I know they're both kind of farmhousey religious type things, but I feel like this is more of a farmhouse.
Competing farms.
Yeah.
On either side of the river.
Harvesting each other's crops.
My river.
It's a field by the river. What can you do? It's a native map. Some say it's been in the scene too long. I'm one of those people. I think we should get rid of it. It's been 5 years.
It's a beautiful map. I love this map. I recognise this map, that's why. Like, I feel like an old man. Like, I know this one. Yeah, I've seen this map.
They had this when I was a boy. Sorry, I had to do a stupid northern accent, for God's sake. You love it anyway.
Enough.
Oh yeah, how is your hound helmet? I think the viewers should know that what purchases you've been making recently.
Yeah, I bought a hound's helmet and it's amazing. Like,
Is it arrived?
Yeah. Do you want to take a picture of it?
Yeah, I want a WhatsApp picture of that very soon.
Okay.
Can we put this on the stream? Can you send me a picture I've seen, like put it on Imager, I'll put it on the stream at the end of this.
I'm not going to go running, like... You can have a picture for your next stream if you want to put it on, but I'm not going to run around and do it now.
I'll tweet a picture after this. But he has bought a replica of the hound's helmet, which is, I think it's pretty cool. It's slightly relevant. It's all sword nerd. It's all the same arena of sword nerdiness. Game of Thrones, great show. Do recommend it.
And the flag spawn now.
Yeah, we do have the first flag spawn. There's something I want to mention about this map as well, which is one of the flag spawns has been moved. The one that's sort of way back behind the ruins normally is actually in the middle of that field, right by the river. That's been moved to make the flags a bit more balanced and a bit closer together.
Okay.
Because otherwise you get some kind of weird things like teams rushing there with all cav and raising the flag. One thing you should be noticing right now, we haven't really touched on it because we were talking about stupid things, having a good time, is the amount of cav that which is now used on open maps through the meta. This is actually low cav builds. Normally we're seeing 6 cav, but currently we have 5 from both sides. First kill comes in
Y as well here
from CT on ONS. You just get so much map control with it. It's just kind of run the meta. You might see some of them taking like saddle horses as well. They're often dismounting cav. They dismount near the enemy and then start fighting. It was like ONS was playing horse archer, I think, though, for some crazy reason. With that saddle horse, and it's actually been taken down with the first kill. Castellan move on to the flag right now. And they're starting to raise it. A big kill there from Viglath, though. He does lose his horse in the meantime, but he's going to get onto the flag and move it. Actually manages to find a horse there. And picks up a double kill after he mounts. Great little movement there from Viglath. Mounting a horse and immediately getting killed from it. Dopey and Ojil getting kills, and now actually Ojil picks up a double kill there. Quick succession of these shots. Shooting unchallenged from this small forest. But Doff still fighting in with this. 3 players left for Doff. And they do have the higher flag as well. 30 seconds left if they can stay alive here. But Artisan not going to let that happen. He takes a double kill on Viglath and Gadrick. Dante getting overwhelmed right now as well. But does get a kill on Caesar. Eventually finished off. If Smiley can get to the flag, he can make something happen here. But he's too far away. He's going to be shooting at the Castellan cav. But Castellan are going to take this first round, looks like, and march forward towards victory in this match. Smiley not very aware of what's going on right now. Getting cut from all sides. Trying to spin to stay alive here. But I think... yeah, his minutes are numbered. He might stay alive, actually. Yeah, only 3 seconds left. They're trying to get their bump plants off, but Smiley's nice weaving and ducking is going to keep him alive, I think. Yeah, nice work from Smiley there, I guess. Just to keep his equipment, at least.
He did really well, though. He managed to get the kill. I mean, he could have been more effective maybe earlier on in the fight when it was needed,
Yes,
but
perhaps.
he managed to pick up the kill and keep himself alive, which is quite important.
Yeah, a little bit lackluster bump planting there from the Castellan cav, though. Bump planting, I feel like, at this stage of the meta, or just of the game in general, you should be a little bit more consistent with your bump plants movement. It's kind of a dirty move. Some people really hate it. You can like bump them and lance them together. It's really dirty, actually, but it's a big part of the game right now, and you've got to be a bit more reliable getting off, I think. They are playing with Saranid horses, though, so it's not quite as easy. That's playing this horse archer role with a strongbow. I mean, it's weird. It's a weird thing to be doing. He's also got two like quivers of arrows there, which is also very weird. He could drop those and make them both barbed arrows as well with a little arrow glitch, but chooses not to do that. Maybe he'll do it when his barbed arrows start running low. But I mean, it's just reckless. He's just shooting randomly from a long distance. He's got a lance as a melee weapon, no shield. It's a weird class. I don't know why he feels like this will be effective. I mean, obviously it's done something in trainings,
I mean, just watching this now, I just want to say to people who feel that, you know, a map like this might be outdated for the competitive scene, or you might not be having the action early on, which we saw in the first map. If you watch both these teams just following each other up and down each side of the river, you know, jostling for position, blocking each other off, that is all part of the game, and you know, I think that's something that people should appreciate as well.
Yeah, it's true. And this map certainly is, has got a lot of that going on. I think one thing that's kind of saved this map is moving that flag towards the centre as well. Because really, when it was behind the ruins, you just had to sit near the middle, because it's just, no matter what, it's going to be running for 30 seconds if it spawns on one of the distant flags. We've actually seen a round on this before the flag change where there were no kills. And one team just ran there and raised the flag, the other team couldn't even get there. That was a special situation, and kind of a big mistake from one of the teams, but still, it's a nice change, I think. Flag just scored in that new position as well.
House jumps on the flag here early, he's using his horse's protection while Dante moves up.
Yeah, Violet's stuck under the bridge right now as OGL gets a nice shot there down onto his head. He's actually not really able to do much right now as well. He's completely vulnerable to these Castellans, just forced completely in the wrong direction, far away from the flag right now, which is not where he wants to be. And yeah, OGL continuing to bother him, but
Doff also doing a good job here of screening all of the Castellan players, keeping them away from that flag while Dante is still on it and still raising it.
Yeah, that's so true. Like, they've committed a lot to this now, and they still haven't got it down.
Moving in though, he's realised what's happening. Nox is moving across the field as well.
And Violet's still shooting in the backs of these players right now, and OGL and Pepper both completely been kept busy by this. Both of the Castellans just taken completely out of action. First kill does come in for Caesar, but really Doff got a pretty big advantage while both these archers are duking it out with Smiley. And yeah, getting these kills in now as well. I think Doff playing this out a lot better than Castellans at the moment. Caesar is doing a lot of damage though on this flag, and he's still got full health. Big Lap picks up another kill there on Nox. And Doff are 6 players to 5 in the lead so far in this round. They do finally manage to finish off Smiley, it seems. Or
flag is still going up for Doff.
Yeah, the Castellan archers have moved in right now, and they're going to start causing a lot of problems at least. They're getting kills as well on this flag. Viglaf doing what he can, but he's going to go down soon as well. Team kill from Caesar, but eventually Viglaf does drop. Artan with the double there as well. And Caesar's been massive this round. He's just like completely turned that fight around on the flag. And Erminas finally does go down. So weird there. Doff doing so well.
Well, they're doing so well, and I think it's what we pointed out at the start of this map, that you know it was going to be the ranged and the cavalry that decided this map. And I think it was the cavalry had a massive effect there during the melee, coming in, bumping just at the right times, getting a couple of kills, dismounting, remounting, and then giving the archers time to win their fight and then join this fight over the flag, and you know letting the archers be effective as well.
Yeah, Arthur especially deserves a special mention there. He just had a really great round. Caused massive problems for Doff on the flag there, and really turned around what once again was a round which Doff should have won. And you know, if they'd have won both of those rounds, which they should have won, which they were ahead on, it would have been 6-4 right now. But as it stands, it's 8-2, and they're 1 round away from losing the match. It just goes to show every round is so important. You have to focus, take the rounds one by one. Just make sure you try your best to win them. And it is 8-2. Currently, the best Doff can hope for is a draw, which would take the match to Winterberg, which we all want to see. But at this stage, it looks a bit unlikely, I feel like. Possible site advantage for Vegas here as well. I mean, they do have the Hunters, which most Cav do tend to prefer. And no switch-ups here for Doff either. They're still gambling on the same setup. A lot of movement from both sides. Looks like Doff moving more towards the ruins in this round. Actually sending a few players across the river, which seems a bit risky while so much of their team is so far away from them. And they're looking pretty vulnerable right here. Smiley takes a big hit there very early on from Dr. Pepper. It's a great shot actually from Pepper, all the way from the large forest. All the shots coming in from the large forest now from Castellans.
Castellans just really asserting the control of the centre of the map now. And the flags have spawned just next to the forest again.
Yeah, right between both teams. OGL's going to move on to it, which is interesting. Because he is playing as an archer.
Smiley already has been tagged and it's been moved in on now
Yeah, it goes
by
down.
the Castellan cavalry.
All moving in as a massive group. It's just too much to deal with them. That's trying to run away on his saddle horse. Playing as an archer, just blocking down with his lance. And it does keep them busy, draw them away from the fight again. Once again, Doff getting some early kills as well. Their cav are being effective here. And they're actually able to clean up. Looks like they're going to be able to clean up Pepper here as well, because he's all alone in this forest. Looking very, very
Bishop
vulnerable.
moving up to support and Fred now.
Yeah, it's going to drive them away, and yeah, Pepper's going to be able to pull out his bow again now, which is going to cause problems there. They're going to have to back off and head towards the flag. Dante's starting to raise that right now. Doff with a one-player advantage so far. Nox evens it up. It's now 6 against 6. But only one archer left for Castellan as Ojo has been taken down, so no crossfire potential for them. Dante raising that flag right now. A lot of mounted archers remaining for Doff. Varangian brings down Bishop, Gadget takes down Arthur, and I think Doff are going to take this round. Caesar not happy with what's going on. Very, very low health for many Castellan players. Varangian brings down Pepper. And yeah, I think Doff have got this. Just Nox left. Oh, no, it's not. Caesar's still left. Yeah, he's done big work on the flag, but I don't think he can quite manage this. He's now lost all of his health in a matter of seconds. And Dante finishes them off. So, better play from Doff, I think, probably more in keeping with the plan that they had for this map. And if this is a comeback, that's a good start to it.
That was a really strong round from Doff there. I think they played really well. I was quite worried when they went into that engagement at the flag that they didn't really have the range support that they needed. I thought that the Castellan cavalry was looking threatening and dangerous, and they just made it work though. You know,
yeah.
They drew the fight out. They brought it onto the fight onto the flag when they needed to, and they did quite well.
They captured nice work hunting as a pack there as well. Viglaf, special mention for him, he's picked up 6 rounds. 6 kills over these 3 rounds. And to be honest, I think you're totally right about the Doff archers. They just haven't been effective all match, which is really kind of uncharacteristic. We saw them doing a lot more in their previous game. I think Castellan's probably just a slightly better, probably a more organised team. They're just not really giving much away, not giving many opportunities. And obviously you'll always have the chance to shoot into fights when teams are dropping their shields, but when you have a really well organised team like potentially Castellans, it's a lot harder to get those shots off. And I mean, in a scene where you've got like teams like freelancers, you've got like these Turkish insane archers in Menethil and Turtle. You've got Raiden in We Don't You, like making just insane shots from their archers, just playing on a completely different level that we've never seen before. You really need your archers to be playing a little bit better than Doffs are right now. It's so important. Let's see what they can do in this last round of the set though. As I mentioned, they're not out of this game yet. And even if they lose this game, they still got a chance to go through second in the group. They'll be facing the winner of the losers match. So not the end of the world. Oh, Pepper there. Getting a little bit crossfired at that tree.
The flag has spawned now.
Oh my god, Dante has 2 shields. Is this siege mode? What is happening? Interesting use of 2 shields there.
This is interesting now though, because RGL's had a chance to pull off to the back, so he's going to be able to overlook this flag now. Fred's jumps off his horse, so he's going to put the pressure on Doff to push forward onto the flag.
Yeah, I mean, Doff was so far away from this flag from the start. It's so hard for them to stand. I mean, they basically just have to run towards it at this point.
Yeah.
And
they need to push straight through that forest, and the Doff cavalry needs to recognise the threat of that archer on top of that hill.
Yeah,
which I think is going to be a hard task for them, because look at that Castellan, like just pack of horses just like roaming in the centre around the flag. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, Castellan they've had the time and space to set up exactly as they want to here. They've even got their 1 infantry player sitting on that flag, raising about 2/3 up now as well. And Dante's just forced to go straight onto there, which he doesn't want to do because, as you said, there's wild Castellan cav just roaming all around the area. First kill that's coming in for Doff though. But
he needs to move on to that flag. He's dancing around it. He's not getting much done though. He's stood in the threatening range, but
yeah, they're now finding who wants the flag, and they're going to stop him from racing. But they've only got 40 seconds left, and they've got to force this fight right now. They are getting the kills, but they have to get them in fast, or else. Oh, they are coming in flying in now. And look at this, OG's been taken down, so is Pepper. There's no archers left, there's only 3 players left on Castellan. They've got 25 seconds to kill them all, though, and they have to kill them all. Because if Castellan stay alive on this flag, they will win the round. They have to make this happen fast. They've got to start spamming and playing super aggressive. Amazing round for Doff, though, considering the situation they were in, and they have done it. Well, they're still on for this.
Wow.
8-4 is the score.
Play.
Doff need all 4 remaining rounds to force this match to Winterberg. 30-second break. There you have it, like, pretty impressive stuff from Defenders of Faith there. Showing good spirit, like, considering the situation they were in. They went down to 8-2 and brought it back to 8-4 now. They need to win all of these last rounds, which is a near impossible task.
It's a big task.
It's pretty hard. But,
I wrote them off for that round, so, you know, you can't really write them off for this, can you? Because everything said that Castellan had that round. They put the archer in the right position, overlooking the flag, they had all the cav that needed, and just somehow the defence broke.
Yeah.
And at the last second, after dancing around the flag, I can't remember who it was. He just managed to push Dante. Yeah, just managed to push
with
him
his
to the
two
flag,
shields,
just when he needed to. With his 2 shields, of course.
Captured on the back to protect those archers.
Amazing play.
Yeah. Really sick. And it was like a whitewash as well. Like, even though Castellan had the perfect setup, they were completely ready for that. So Doff showing that they're still in this game. 4 more of those, and we'll be seeing Winterberg. And that's something that everyone wants to see, no matter what the result is. I don't want to mention a few of the tweets.
I've never seen Winterberg.
It's crazy. It's just a really.
Guess if you don't see it, tune in next week for our next live stream. Winterberg.
I'm sure we'll get a few Winterbergs, especially when we approach the knockout stages of the tournament. We'll get some very close games, I think. For the time being, I do want to mention some of the tweets that we're getting in here. LaRue's been tweeting in, saying that he is in chat. So, a little bit of a Warband celebrity there. You can join him in chat, and he's saying it seems like Doff is playing well, but missing a way to finish rounds, which I think I agree with. Just not quite seeing through some of those more difficult rounds where it kind of breaks down. I mean, yeah, think of it now. Now,
especially in that first map, they were winning those initial engagements, and then it just fell apart. And I think a lot of that is to do with they didn't deal with the range, and they didn't deal with the range when they were shooting, and they didn't deal with the range when they brought them into melee either.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, it was just like the range play from Castellan in the first half of the match. Well, the first map, sorry.
Yeah, it was absolutely massive.
It was just too much for them.
I think we might be seeing Yona brought back in here as well, which could be a bit of a boost to Castellan. Oja's been playing great all map. I think Pepper had a pretty good set as well, but I feel like Yona was really playing fantastically on Valoran.
Well, yeah, I questioned that as soon as you said that they're subbing Yona out. You know, it's why. That's such a strong first match.
Yeah, when you know a player's playing well. I mean, sometimes teams, especially when they get ahead, they think, oh, let's rotate the players a bit, which everyone gets as a game. I think it's not something. I mean, they still have 4 chances to win this match, so they're certainly not in too bad a situation just yet.
4 chances to lose it as well, though.
Yeah, that's true. Just think if Doff had won those 2 rounds where they went ahead, would have been 6-6 right now. Got to focus on that, those sort of breakdown situations. I wonder if it's just a case of they got to just practice their kind of one-on-one melee a bit more. Like their group melee is okay, but like their actual kind of one-on-one fights, shield dueling, do with a bit of work, I think. Nice tweet as well from Warpack Rodriguez, just tweeting in his computer screen. I love that when people tweet in, showing they're watching. It's always good to know how people watch the channel. I like when people watch it on TV as well. I like to feel like this is
you could always
just
read the chat on the live stream.
Yeah, I do. I do
know that they were watching for definite. Then they might just be lying when they send you a tweet. Oh yeah, I'm watching. Yeah, good,
but it just looks cool though. I think it looks cool.
Nice. Like, it is nice. It's always nice that people. Yeah.
Sometimes people like tweeting a picture. They've got like popcorn and beer or something like that.
I'm just a bit of a joke. poking fun.
I think that we're live right now, so we're going to jump into the game. Okay, and we get, looks like, for the last set, it's going to be Castellans playing as Vegas versus Defenders of Faith as Saranids. Vegas potentially a bit advantageous here, it's hard to tell. Saranids do have pretty good horsemen, but the horses themselves are a little bit light.
Oh, it's interesting because Castellan have just gone for a full ranged and cab setup. I think they realise just how dominant that is on a map like this. But Doff have been making it work in the melee for them at times, so I wouldn't overlook the fact that they have got 2 infantry. And if they play it smoothly like they are doing now, and they're not getting engaged, not drawing themselves.
One thing we see teams doing a lot these days, especially, is they take a cav who can dismount. What they've actually done here, specifically, is they've taken a cav who is going to be playing, or was playing dismounted, but he's swapping his horse around with OGL, so OGL the archer can move around and be a bit mobile when he needs to be.
Oh, great.
Now he's taking his horse back. Yeah.
I mean,
see Fred as well.
Exciting stuff. Like, it's nice to see that. Like,
there's lots of stuff like that goes on. They're called dragoons because they like dismount to fight and stuff like that. They're called dragoons or fatties, whatever you want to call them. I think fatties is a bit more of a banterous name for them, but it's quite cool because they always take like heavy armor typically in a saddle horse.
Dante's straight on the flag here, so he's going to be forcing
Does
this.
he have 2 shields though? No, just the one. He has got a bamboo spear, a lovely weapon.
Smiley dropping off just to give a bit of an overwatch on the flag there.
I do want to mention the old men of Warband, like you will remember when bamboo spears were introduced into the beta with ridiculous speed. You could just spam them. It was so stupid. It was fun though.
Amazing. Yeah, exactly. It's fun. Stuff like that is always great, you know.
Broken things.
The week in CS4 when
the M4 was it the M4? Was it no?
No. The scopes on the Orc.
The Orc. Yeah. I abused that so badly. Anyway,
we've got a fight happening now in the centre of the field. Yeah.
It is.
Viglav seems to be caught out. Bishop and Fred moving in on.
Doff's still raising that flag though, because Castellan had to think about their approach. First kill comes in for Doff as well. A Smiley.
The flag is almost
making
up
it
here.
work. Hey, it does go up. That's a big choke from Castellan. They didn't get there fast enough.
Got there a bit too late.
Yeah.
Dismounted too late. You know.
And 2 kills in that round. That's a weird one. So
well, there we go.
Still on for Doff. They still have a chance as it can happen. Yeah. And it's gold all round. Big mistake there from Castellan, I guess. It's one of the things about having no infantry that becomes 10 times more likely. It's so much harder just to kind of drive forward onto that flag. Although really Fred, which is a little bit late on the dismount there.
Well, not just to put all the blame on Fred, like from everyone. Like,
yeah, but I mean, Fred.
Why did no one realise?
Well, the thing is, Fred is
dismounted too far away, and yeah.
Fred is their dragoon, so he should really have been the one who dismounted and moved onto the flag. That's sort of why I mentioned him. It's like it's his role to do that.
Is it expected to go there 30 seconds before his team gets there? Like, you know what?
Yeah, that's true.
They need to like help as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's not put all the blame on Fred. Like, yeah, they should have dismounted, but come on. The rest of the team, it was just too slow, and Doff made them pay for it. That was good play from them. You know, they forced the issue. They got a guy straight on the flag. They started raising it, and it was all down to Castellan then to push, and they didn't do that in sufficient time.
And Doff one step closer to forcing the tiebreak. This is an important match.
Which I'd love to see. You know, I'd love to see this next map.
It's a very important match. Coming through first in your group makes a big difference because the teams that are likely to come through first. I mean, it was sort of seeded, so there's like a first seed in each group, a second seed in each group. And the first seeds are absolutely terrifying. Probably the other ones more so. I spoke to OGL after the last game, and if he wins, you might speak to him again. And he was saying that he feels like his team Castellans a little bit behind the other top teams at the moment. Freelancers, We Don't You, and Apis Europae. So coming through first and not having to face them in the quarterfinals is going to give you a much better chance of getting into the final 4. So it's pretty important here. Flag spot's in a great spot here for Castellan. They didn't defend this flag very well before, but they are raising it immediately. Yeah,
getting straight on it this time.
yeah. That's so important as well, getting that sort of early round boost.
Maybe could have repositioned his horse a little bit better there as well.
His cover. Hey, he just moves off it now, actually. That's going to go right down to the bottom again.
Interesting, yeah. That's...
They're going to try and catch Doff en route. Perhaps not the best idea. There's a lot of Doff Cav here as well. And the Doff Cav have been kind of going, possibly winning, I think, the fights, if anything. Plus, Cav versus Cav is always a bit of an advantage for Starins with the extra movability as well. We'll see how it plays out, but Castellans not been too effective so far. They do bring down Viglath, that's a big kill because he's been very effective so far. Phoenix goes down too with a headshot from Rainbow. And actually this is looking a little bit worrisome for Doff right now. As Violet is caught up.
Yeah, I think this is the end for Doff now.
I think Castellans going to be seeing it through. Down goes Gadrick. Varangian doing what he can, running between these two players. Eventually he's taken down by Bishop. And yeah, Castellans showing their strength right now. Could have been a very, very different game had a couple of rounds gone the other way. Dante pulls one kill back, but he's now... Well, it's just now Violet left. Does go down. And Castellans win 9-5. GG. We're going to have a 30-second break before the post-match. See you in a bit. Alright, very, very nice stuff. Very cool game. I think Doff certainly showed that they got a lot of skills. Perhaps got to practice their melee fighting and their clutch play a little bit there. Sometimes bit of mistakes in the crucial rounds. But a good match overall. Castellans, I think, have got a bit to take away from that as well. And we will see Doff facing off against the winner of Irish Rebels versus Malta in the last week for second place. And we are going to be streaming that tomorrow at, I believe it's 18 BST, so definitely tune in for that. Going to be a good game. I'll be joined by Aaron Wen for the cast. I think we'll try and get some people in for an interview right now, which would be pretty cool. In the meantime, I want to say thanks very much to you, Callum, for co-casting.
Oh, I enjoyed it. You know, it's been great to see how the scenes developed and like these little strats and players that little dragoons and stuff or fighters, whatever. Little calls for maps, like little names for areas. Like I'm glad that we've christened one banana tonight as well. So
yeah, I don't know if it's going to take on, but
we'll see.
We'll use it on the streams. Maybe someone will put a banana there.
But yeah, well, you know, I'm just glad. Like I think. While I said, like, you know, at the beginning of the stream, I said, you know, it's nice to see how the productions come along for the streams, but I was more interested to see how that translated. How's the actual competitive scene develops? How's the game going?
Yeah.
And you know, I think the way that the flags are spawning, and you know, it's forcing the fight early on. It's exciting. It's you know, it's forcing that fight, and yeah, I'm just glad the way that that's developed as well. So I just wanted to touch on that as well, and you know, just note that.
Yeah, it's cool. When we're always trying to develop. The game isn't being patched, but it's an ever-changing scene. And yeah, it's cool. I think we're gonna have a bit of an interview right now. I think we might have Yami, Fred, and Bishop coming in, so I'm just gonna be moving them in straight away. Just before that, while I'm getting that ready, do you want to do any like shout-outs?
Yeah, shout out to Black Tide's mum.
I don't know what that means. I think you presumably a message to say that.
Well, it was.
Oh, because he. Oh, yeah.
You can shout out to his own mum.
Oh, yeah.
Little joke there. I thought you might get it, but
no, straight over my head.
On the jaw. Yeah.
I'm busy adjusting people's volumes in TeamSpeak for the interview.
Wasn't a dig. That wasn't a dig at him or anything like that. That was just a nice little joke for anyone that a little in joke for anyone who watched the match before this.
Fair play. Fair play. She's got 2 shots out tonight. I might give her one later as well. And that sounded really awful. I did. That's not what I intended at all.
I had to explain it, but yeah. Well, whatever.
Anyway,
hello to her anyway. Hello.
We'll be bringing in some people for an interview. It's going to be Yami, Fred, and Bishop. I don't have a very good display for the interviews yet. I will sort that out soon. It's on my mind. Remember. Let's bring them in and see how it goes.
Hey.
Hello, hello. Let me get everyone in.
Hey.
Congratulations. Very well done.